Hello, so the question is regarding your special person and whether or not there will be some form of communication or conciliation in the near future, as well as what is your special person's feelings towards you. So with that said, clear messages for McQuarrie regarding her special person. Okay, here are your energies. The Hermit in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot in reverse, and here are his energies, Four of Swords, the Tower in reverse, and the King of Swords also in the reverse. These are the energies for the connection itself. Six of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and I pulled an extra answer card here, Six of Swords. Okay. So a lot of emotions going on, especially on his end. There's a lot of going on. He's taken some time off. He might still be taking some time off to really rest, to do inner work. He has a lot of fears. He's fearing change. There's something that is bothering him and he's resisting it. But the longer he resists it, the longer his period of withdrawal, if you will, is going to last. He's not feeling decisive. He's very much stuck in his head. He may or may not have to make decisions regarding the specific matter, and he is carefully weighing his options, okay? He's trying to be as flexible as possible. I see that he has a more mature energy. He likes to think things through, kind of think before he speaks. So he might be very quiet too. Even before this separation or this time apart, he could have just generally been more of a quiet guy, you know, someone that really takes the time to think through things before speaking. So someone that carefully weighs his words. To answer your question, will there be some kind of communication or reconciliation? I think yes, there will be, there could be, but he's going to have to do a lot of work, okay, to get himself prepared for that. He is in a very emotional time right now, and yes, he's moving away from things that don't serve him and moving towards a direction of things that do serve him, but this transition period might be quite rocky for him and surely very emotional and painful. So he's going to need time, and he is actively taking that time for himself. So the energies here of the relationship, again, are very positive. The Six of Wands, speaking to a victory, speaking to, you know, happy times. It's like a celebrate, being tongue-tied here. It's an energy of celebration. So it's celebratory. The Ace of Cups, so there's a renewed sense of emotion here and, you know, groundedness and stability. There's flow, there's abundance. So there's a lot of love in this connection for sure. But with the Four of Pentacles, there's a couple of meanings here. It could be very successful, okay? And just given the other two cards, I would say that this also just reiterates and confirms the confirmation of these two, the meaning of these two cards. But there's also periods of time where the relationship as itself, the energy of the relationship is a little guarded, or it could be like a very private kind of connection, okay? Because, you know, we've got your energy, we've got his energy, and in all relationships, this is the way it works. You've got the energy of the one person in the relationship, the energy of the other person in a relationship, and then the energy of the relationship itself. Because there's three separate energies here. Okay, what you bring, what he brings, you know, what the parties bring creates its own energy. And so the energy of this relationship, the entity, you know, the identity of this relationship is one of a lot of love. And yes, there's feeling victorious, but more so meaning feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, okay? In the Four of Pentacles, though, sometimes it's kind of like, okay, let's kind of keep this to ourselves and not share it openly with the world. And perhaps just given where the card landed, maybe this is more his way than your way. You might be a little bit more open with things in general. So, not to leave you last, okay, but let's go over your energies. You may also have been doing some inner work as well, or taking a lot of time kind of thinking through things like, why is this happening? And maybe thinking, does this have anything to do with me? Maybe not. Because I also see the Queen of Pentacles here. And so again, another kind of more mature energy. You know who you are, okay? The Queen of Pentacles likes to show love by doing things. So you might, this might actually be your love language. This might be your way of, or your desire, right? You want to do things for your partner. Perhaps you're undecided as to whether to reach out. There's some decision, there's something you've been thinking about doing, maybe either for him or for the relationship itself, but you're kind of undecided on that. You might also just be thinking and feeling that the relationship really isn't going anywhere at the moment. These are your thoughts. And for this reason, you two are kind of just sticking to yourself a little bit, keeping to yourself, thinking things through. I also get the sense that you're trying to see things with as wide of a lens as possible. I'm trying to really figure out what's going on here, trying to see the bigger picture. So thinking through things, but differently than he is, you know. There's more like logic here and more analysis and more like planning, more like, okay, what's next? What do I do? It's like strategy, a lot of strategy here. Whereas you're trying to figure things out in terms of maybe the longer term. Like he's focused on his own thing, strategizing, trying to figure that out. And you're at the top of the mountain like the hermit is here, and you're really getting the most, you know, the widest views. You're trying to see everything, I feel. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some additional messages for you from the Oracle. These messages are for you from your spirit guides. Okay, you got the higher self. Connect with your higher self, and you can do this through meditation or just spending time to self to reach either your truth or to get clarity on this matter. Again, higher self reminding you to make decisions. Be decisive. And there's judgment. So your higher self really wants to speak with you, okay? All three cards are from the higher self. So really take the time to connect to your higher self. And I think that perhaps you've been doing that with the Hermit card, having seen that in reverse. You might be, like I said with the reading earlier, you might be thinking that this somehow has something to do with you, or you're a fault or something like this. There's some level of judgment here that isn't necessary, and it really shouldn't be taking place, okay? There's this magnifying glass here. You're kind of, you know, scrutinizing everything, and there's really no need for that. This doesn't have anything to do with you. You may or may not have some decisions to make, but before you figure all of this out and connect to your truth, you need to connect with the higher self. Work with your higher self to get there. Okay, that's all that I have for you. Thank you very much, and best of luck.